Hey warriors, welcome back to the channel. You ever notice how the people you're most available to respect you the least? How that friend who can call you at 2 a.m. never picks up when you need them? How your colleague who just needs 5 minutes always takes an hour, but somehow their calendar is always full for you? Here's what's really happening, and this is the part no one wants to admit. They're not just disrespecting you, they're feeding off you. Every conversation leaves you feeling empty, drained, like something was taken that you can't quite name. You've been taught this is normal, that being available, being helpful, being there for people makes you good. But the powerful? They figured out decades ago that most people don't want connection, they want extraction, and they built entire systems to keep these energy vampires away from their presence, away from their time, away from their power. Subscribe and stay with me to the end, because what I'm about to expose will flip every relationship in your life and show you exactly why the people at the top are impossible to reach while you're available to everyone. Let's begin. Think about your phone right now. How many unread messages are sitting there? How many of them are people asking for something? Your time, your advice, your emotional labor, your validation. Now think about this. When was the last time any of those people offered you the same? Silence. That silence is the sound of a one-way transaction, and you've been on the losing end for so long you don't even recognize it as theft anymore. You call it friendship, you call it networking, you call it being supportive. The powerful call it something else, a tax on your existence. Every person who has access to you is either paying into your life or withdrawing from it. There's no neutral ground. That coffee meeting where someone picks your brain? Withdrawal. That call where someone vents about their problems for 40 minutes? Withdrawal. That favor you do because it'll only take a second? Withdrawal. And here's the thing about withdrawals. If you're not tracking them, you don't notice you're going bankrupt until it's too late. You wake up one day exhausted, burnt out, resentful of the very people you're supposed to care about. And you don't understand why, because you're such a giving person. That's exactly why. The powerful saw this pattern early, not just in their own lives, they saw it in history. Machiavelli wrote about it in the 1500s. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Translation: your circle determines your power. And if your circle is full of people who drain you, your power is already gone. So they made a decision that looked cruel to the outside world but was actually the most compassionate thing they could do for themselves. They started avoiding visitors. Not randomly, not out of arrogance, strategically, systematically, with the precision of a military operation, because they understood something you're only beginning to see. Accessibility is not generosity, it's vulnerability. And vulnerability in the wrong hands is a weapon pointed at your own head. Let me paint you a picture. It's Sunday morning. You're finally having a slow day. Coffee, silence. Maybe you're reading. Maybe you're just breathing for the first time all week. Then your phone buzzes. It's someone you haven't heard from in months. No, how are you? No genuine interest. Just straight into, hey, I need help with something. And you, because you're nice, because you're there for people, you respond, you help. You give an hour of your Sunday to solve their problem. They thank you. Maybe there's an emoji. Maybe there's a I owe you one. They don't owe you one. They never will. Because people who take don't think in terms of debt. They think in terms of access, and you just confirmed you're accessible. Here's what happened in that exchange that you didn't see. They tested your boundaries. You failed the test. And now they know, now they have the data, that your time is available whenever they need it. You just taught them that your Sunday morning, your peace, your energy is less important than their convenience. This is the violation. Not the ask itself. The violation is in the pattern. The pattern of people who only show up when they need something. who treat your presence like a 24-hour customer service line, who've never once considered that your time might be valuable because you've never once acted like it is. And the cruelest part? You helped build this. Every time you said yes when you wanted to say no. Every time you dropped your priorities to handle someone else's emergency. Every time you stayed on the phone longer than you wanted because you didn't want to seem rude. You trained them. You showed them exactly how to extract from you without giving back. And now you're exhausted, resentful, and confused about why everyone takes but nobody gives. The powerful don't have this problem. Not because people don't try. Everyone tries. But they've built something you haven't. Infrastructure. Infrastructure that filters. Infrastructure that protects. Infrastructure that ensures that every visitor who reaches them has already been vetted, qualified, and deemed worthy of the energy exchange. You don't have infrastructure. You have an open door. And open doors don't lead to connection. They lead to invasion. If what I'm saying right now is hitting you like a freight train, if you're suddenly seeing every relationship through a different lens, then stop and do something for yourself. So how do the powerful do it? How do they manage to be surrounded by the right people while keeping the wrong ones at arm's length? How do they maintain relationships without being drained? How do they help without being exploited? Simple. They built a system, not a complicated one. Not some elaborate social manipulation scheme. Just a clear, ruthless system based on one principle: scarcity creates value. Here's how it works. Layer 1. The filter. Most people never even get close to the powerful because there's a filter, an assistant, a website contact form, an application process, a waiting list, something that requires effort. And effort, real effort, eliminates 90% of people immediately. Because most people aren't serious. They're opportunistic. They want easy access to valuable people, but they're not willing to work for it. The filter eliminates them before they ever become a problem. Layer 2. The protocol. Let's say you make it through the filter. Congratulations. Now you have to follow protocol. When can you contact them? How should you contact them? What's the appropriate reason for contact? What's expected of you in return? The powerful make these rules explicit, not because they're control freaks, because ambiguity creates entitlement. When the rules are clear, people can't complain when you enforce them. You, on the other hand, have no protocol. People text you at midnight and you respond. People ask for quick favors that take hours and you comply. People treat your time like community property because you've never established that it's not. Layer 3. The evaluation. Even if you pass the filter and follow protocol, you're being evaluated constantly. Are you adding value or extracting it? Are you bringing opportunities or problems? Are you respecting their time or assuming their availability? 1 strike, maybe you get a pass. 2 strikes, you're on watch. 3 strikes, you're out. Not with drama, not with explanation. You just stop getting access. Calls go to voicemail. Emails get delayed responses. Meeting requests get, let me check my calendar and get back to you. And you never get back to them. This is how the powerful avoid visitors without ever saying, I'm avoiding you. They just make themselves incrementally harder to reach until the person gets the message and stops trying. Cold? Maybe. Effective? Absolutely. Because here's what they know that you're learning. Your energy is finite. Your time is non-renewable. Your attention is your most valuable currency. And you cannot build an empire while giving these resources away to people who offer nothing in return. There's a reason kings lived in castles. There's a reason CEOs have corner offices on the top floor. There's a reason celebrities have gated communities and private security. Physical distance creates psychological distance. And psychological distance creates something critical: respect. When you're physically accessible, when anyone can walk into your office, show up at your house, approach you in public. You're not a leader, you're a peer, you're approachable, you're one of us. And one of us doesn't command authority, it commands familiarity. And familiarity, as the saying goes, breeds contempt. The powerful understand this instinctively, so they build architecture, not just physical walls, although those help, but psychological architecture, social architecture, communication architecture. They live in places that require security clearance to enter. They work in buildings where you need an appointment to access. They communicate through channels that have gatekeepers. And all of this sends one message: my presence is valuable, my time is scarce, my attention is earned, not assumed. You've been doing the opposite. You've made yourself maximally accessible. You've removed every barrier between you and anyone who wants a piece of you. And in doing so, you've accidentally communicated that you're not valuable. Because here's the psychological truth that governs all human interaction. People value what they have to work for. What comes easy gets treated cheap. Think about luxury brands. Hermes doesn't sell Birkin bags to everyone who can afford one. There's a waiting list. There's a vetting process. You have to prove you're worthy of spending $10,000 on a handbag. Ridiculous? Maybe. Effective? The resale value proves it. That bag could sit on a shelf for $10,000 and no one would want it. But make it scarce? Make it require effort? Suddenly it's worth $50,000. Same bag, different architecture. You are that bag. And right now, you're sitting on a shelf with a free to anyone who wants it sign. The powerful? They're behind velvet ropes, with waiting lists, with gatekeepers who ask, "And you are?" That's not elitism, that's strategy. Here's something the powerful do that you've never noticed. They test everyone, not with questions, with availability. We're building something here that goes deeper than surface-level motivation. This is a training ground for people ready to master the dark psychology of power, influence, and self-sovereignty. Like and join us. They make themselves slightly hard to reach, and then watch what happens. Do you persist? Do you give up? Do you get angry? Do you respect the boundary? Your response tells them everything they need to know about your character. Someone who respects your limited availability is someone who values you. They understand that your time is precious, and they're grateful for whatever access they get. Someone who gets upset when you're not immediately available. They don't value you. They value what you can do for them. And the moment you can't perform that function, you're useless to them. This is the test. And most people fail it without even realizing they're being tested. Think about your own life. Who gets angry when you don't respond immediately? Who guilt trips you for being too busy for them? Who makes you feel bad for having boundaries? Those are the people you need to avoid. Not because they're bad people, though some might be, but because they see you as a resource, not a person. And resources get depleted. People get respected. The powerful know this, so they avoid anyone who fails the test. No second chances, no explanations, just silent removal from the circle of access. You've been too afraid to give this test, too worried about being seen as cold or unavailable, too conditioned to believe that being accessible to everyone makes you good. But here's what you're starting to understand. Being accessible to everyone makes you available to no one who actually matters, including yourself. I know this is uncomfortable. I know you're thinking about specific people right now. People who fail that test every single day. If this is making you see your relationships clearly for the first time, hit that like button. It tells me you're ready for the harder truths coming next. And trust me, we're about to go even deeper. Let's name them. The enemies. The ones the powerful work so hard to avoid. The time vampire. This person always needs just 5 minutes. But 5 becomes 15, becomes an hour. They have no respect for your schedule because they don't believe your time is valuable. After all, you always make time for them, don't you? That's not friendship. That's exploitation dressed up as connection. The emotional dumper. They show up, always in crisis, always dramatic, always needing your support. You listen, you counsel, you pour your energy into them. Then they feel better and disappear until the next crisis. You're not their friend, you're their unpaid therapist. And unlike a real therapist, you never get to clock out. The favor collector. They keep a mental ledger. They helped you once. Maybe you didn't even need the help. And now they bring it up constantly. Remember when I did that thing? Every interaction is transactional. Every conversation has an agenda. They're not connecting with you. They're making deposits they plan to withdraw with interest. The ghost. They disappear for months. Radio silence. Then suddenly they need something and boom, there they are. Long message. Friendly tone. We should catch up. But you know, catch up means I need something from you. The moment you've served your purpose, they vanish again. You're not a person to them. You're a tool they grab when needed and put back when done. The boundary tester. You set a boundary. They push it. You enforce it. They call you sensitive. It's not that serious. You've changed. You're not the person I thought you were. Good. You're not. You're becoming someone who doesn't allow violation, and they hate it because it means they've lost access to their resource. These are the enemies, and the powerful don't debate with them, don't explain to them, don't try to fix them. They simply avoid them. Because here's what Machiavelli understood 500 years ago. Men ought either to be well treated or crushed because they can avenge themselves of lighter injuries, of more serious ones they cannot. Translation: either people are fully with you or they're fully out. There's no middle ground with energy vampires. You can't half avoid them. You can't set soft boundaries and hope they respect them. You have to completely remove access, completely. No contact, no response, no explanation. Anything less and they'll keep trying, keep pushing, keep draining. So what happens if you don't avoid these visitors? What's the real cost of staying accessible to everyone? Let me show you. Cost 1. Your vision dies. Every person who enters your space brings their perspective, their doubts, their limitations, and slowly, subtly, their smallness infects your vision. You start second-guessing. You start playing safe. You start abandoning the audacious goals that excited you because too many small people convinced you they were impossible. Cost 2. Your energy disappears. You wake up tired. You go to bed exhausted. There's no physical reason for it. You're just drained. Because you've spent your days pouring into people who pour nothing back. Your battery is at 5% constantly because everyone treats you like a charging station and nobody asks if you need to recharge. Cost 3. Your time vanishes. You look at your calendar and realize you haven't had a full day to yourself in months. Every slot is occupied by someone else's agenda. Every hour is spoken for by someone else's priorities. You're busy, but you're not building. You're active, but you're not progressing. Because all your time is being spent maintaining relationships with people who don't deserve maintenance. Cost 4. Your peace evaporates. You can't think clearly, can't focus deeply, can't create freely, because there's always someone in your head, someone who needs something, someone you promised to help, someone whose problem is now your problem. Your mind isn't yours anymore. It's a shared resource occupied by everyone but you. Cost 5. Your power never develops. This is the big one, the one the powerful understood early. Power requires cultivation. It requires focus, depth, mastery. And you can't cultivate power while managing everyone else's chaos. You can't develop mastery while being interrupted constantly. You can't build anything significant while your attention is fragmented across 50 different relationships. This is the cost, and you've been paying it for years without realizing the invoice was compounding. The powerful avoid visitors because they did the math. They calculated what they'd lose by being accessible versus what they'd gain by being selective. And the numbers weren't even close. So here you are, aware, uncomfortable, maybe angry at the people who've been draining you, maybe angry at yourself for allowing it. Good. Anger is useful. It means you're ready to change. Here's how you start avoiding visitors like the powerful do. Step 1. The audit. List every person who has regular access to you, every single one. Now rate them. +1 if they add energy, 0 if neutral, 1 if they drain. Be honest, brutally honest. Your future depends on this honesty. Everyone who scored 1, they're out, not eventually. Now, step 2. The announcement. You don't owe explanations, but if you want to give one, make it short. I'm restructuring my time and energy. I won't be as available going forward. That's it. No apologies, no negotiations. Watch who respects it and who throws a tantrum. That tells you everything. Step 3. The infrastructure. Build your filter. Maybe it's setting specific office hours when you're available. Maybe it's directing people to email instead of text. Maybe it's creating an actual application process for your time. Whatever it is, build something that requires effort to access you. Effort filters out the vampires. They want easy access. The moment you make it hard, they'll move to easier targets. Step 4. The protocol. Establish rules. When can people contact you? How? About what? What response time should they expect? Make these rules clear. Write them down if you need to. Post them if you're bold enough. The right people will respect the protocol. The wrong people will call you difficult. Let them. Step 5. The enforcement. This is where most people fail. They set boundaries but don't enforce them. Someone violates the boundary and they let it slide, just this once. Then again, and again. No. Zero tolerance. Someone violates your protocol, they lose access. Immediately. No warnings, no chances. Because every time you let a boundary violation slide, you're teaching people that your boundaries are suggestions, not rules. Step 6. The guard. Protect your deep work time like it's sacred. Because it is. No meetings, no calls, no messages. Just you, your vision, and the work that actually builds your future. The powerful guard this time with their lives. You should too. Step 7. The evaluation. Every month, re-audit. Who's still in your circle? Are they earning their access? Are they adding value? Are they respecting your boundaries? If not, they're out. No sentimentality. No, but we've been friends for years. Time spent together is not a reason to continue a relationship that drains you. This is the transformation. From accessible to everyone to available to the worthy. It won't be comfortable. People will be confused. Some will be hurt. Others will call you changed, cold, distant. Let them. Their discomfort is proof your boundaries are working. Let me show you what this looks like in real time. Someone texts, "Hey, can we talk? I need advice." Old you. Sure. When works for you. New you. I have office hours Tuesday, 2 out of 3 p.m. If that works, send me a calendar invite. Watch what happens. The person who genuinely values you will respect the structure. They'll wait. They'll book the time. They'll come prepared. The energy vampire will get annoyed. Really? You can't just call me back? That annoyance tells you everything. They don't want to respect your time. They want immediate access on their terms. That person doesn't get access anymore. Another scenario. Someone shows up unannounced. At your home, at your office. I was in the neighborhood and thought I'd stop by. Old you scrambles to accommodate them, rearranging your day, hiding your frustration behind fake warmth. New you. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'm in the middle of something. Let's schedule a proper time to connect. Then close the door, literally or figuratively. It feels harsh at first, but here's what you'll notice. The people who respect this boundary become closer to you because they've proven they value you. The people who get offended reveal themselves as energy vampires, and you just saved yourself months or years of continued drainage. One more, a group invitation, dinner, party, networking event, something that everyone is going to. Old you, I should go. I don't want to miss out. What if important people are there? New you, who specifically will be there? What's the purpose? How does this align with my current priorities? If the answers are vague, declining becomes easy. The powerful don't attend events just to attend. They attend events where specific high-value people will be present with specific opportunities for connection. Everything else, avoided. This is protocol in action. This is how you start moving from accessible to scarce, from drained to protected, from servant to sovereign. Let me tell you the truth the powerful know that you're only now beginning to understand. Your presence is not a given, it's a gift. And gifts aren't given to everyone. They're given to people who've earned them, who respect them, who value them. You've been living like your time, your energy, your presence is owed to anyone who asks. Like being accessible makes you good, like boundaries make you selfish. That was the lie you were taught so you'd be easier to exploit. The truth? Boundaries don't make you selfish. They make you sustainable. They make you powerful. They make you someone who can actually help the people who matter because you haven't exhausted yourself helping people who don't. The powerful avoid visitors not because they're too important for people. They avoid visitors because they're too important to themselves. They respect their own time enough to guard it. They value their own energy enough to protect it. They honor their own vision enough to remove anyone who dilutes it. And now you're going to do the same. Not because you're becoming cold, because you're becoming sovereign. Not because you don't care about people, because you care about the right people, including yourself. Not because you're antisocial, because you're strategic. Starting today, you stop being everyone's option. You stop being accessible to anyone who asks. You stop treating your time like it's free just because you happen to have some. You start being expensive, not in money, in effort required. You start being selective, not in cruelty, in discernment. You start being scarce, not in arrogance, in architecture. You build your walls, not to keep everyone out, but to keep the wrong people out and the right people close. You become harder to reach, not because you think you're better than everyone, but because you finally understand you're worth protecting. And watch what happens. Watch how the energy vampires disappear when you stop feeding them. Watch how the right people emerge when you create space for them. Watch how your vision clarifies when you stop letting small people contaminate it with their small thinking. Watch how your power develops when you finally protect the time and energy required to cultivate it. This is what the powerful know. This is why they avoid visitors, not out of arrogance, out of architecture. And now you know it too. If this fundamentally shifted how you see power, relationships, and your own value, I need 3 things from you. Subscribe to this channel right now. Share this video with one person who needs to hear it. Comment below. Tell me, what's one boundary you're going to enforce this week? Because here's the truth. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. And you didn't come here to be entertained. You came here to transform. Remember, the powerful don't avoid visitors out of fear. They avoid them out of wisdom. Now, go build your walls, guard your gates, become impossible to reach by the many so you can be available to the few who actually matter. I'll see you in the next one. And this time, you'll be harder to find, as you should be.